Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us at Community Natural Foods Facebook Live. This is take two. The first one didn't take. Anyway, I'm Nicole. I work here in the marketing department. And of course, if you're not familiar with Community Natural Foods, we have 3 locations here in Calgary to serve you. And of course, we have an online store that serves all of Canada. And today I'm excited because I am here with Ria from Living Alchemy. And we're going to talk about fermented foods, whole food supplements, and that sort of thing, which is really timely. Like, fermentation is hot again.
Hot, big.
The evidence of that is we're having a talk tomorrow at our 10th Avenue location, and I think over 200 people have signed up. So This is great that we're talking about this today. Very timely.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Yep. And so what do you do at Living Alchemy?
Nicole, thanks for inviting me firstly. I am a territory manager for the company, and I'm also an educator for Living Alchemy. So,
what does an educator do?
Well, I educate the public, the staff. I do public talks and the staff and just everybody who wants to listen about our products.
And you do Facebook Live.
And Facebook Live. You can add that to my education list.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're watching, be sure to type in your favorite fermented food in the bottom there, or any questions that you might have about fermentation, and hopefully we can answer them. So where's Living Alchemy located?
We're a Canadian company, and we're located in Vancouver, BC, obviously, and we actually ferment in the south of France.
Oh.
Yeah, we ferment with Dr. Sergey Roland and Graham Botfield, who formulated the line, and actually it was over in the UK for 2 years before we brought it over onto our shelves and call it Living Alchemy here. So we launched in January, and we're a Canadian company, but we do ferment in the south of France, but hopefully they'll come here. Within the 2 years, we're going to have our own fermentation process.
Awesome. So still really brand new.
Brand new. We just launched in January, and we ferment the old-fashioned way, and we have a SCOBY, and you're going to learn about that tomorrow. Can I talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We ferment with a SCOBY, the old-fashioned way. We are called a kefir kombucha fermentation because we take the kefir, which has different bacteria and yeast, and kombucha, which of course has different bacteria and yeast, and we combine them. It took quite a few years, and we combined them both, giving us 35 strains. There's more in there. We just can't list them all because we don't even know the names, and we're just touching on how much there actually is in food. We're just coming to realize that. So we ferment the old-fashioned way with a SCOBY and a 1-month fermentation. And then we freeze the product for 2 weeks, and then we ship it to Canada, where we add the most powerful herbs and organic and non-GMO ingredients to our products. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're glad to have you on board. If you're just joining us, type in the comments there what your favorite fermented food is. And so tell us the benefits of whole food supplements first.
Yeah.
Because I think people aren't really familiar with that concept, that regular vitamins are sort of made in a lab with powder, and it's pressed together. So
So whole food obviously is wonderful. We're giving you the whole, you're taking the whole plant or the whole food or the whole apple or whatever people use in a whole food supplement. We use whole food Jerusalem artichokes or whole food blueberries and bananas, but let's look at turmeric. I mean, turmeric's very popular. We take the whole of turmeric, not just curcumin, which is an isolate from turmeric. So we take turmeric and we ferment that. So learning about that tomorrow. Fermentation is the most bioavailable, active, and alive food, all done for you, that your body, it enhances nutrition. That's why we call it life-perfecting nature. Because nature gives us everything. We eat food, we love nature. But when we perfect it, that means we ferment it. That means the microbes do their job and then transform it, make it bioavailable.
More easily digested.
Easily pre-digested, as you will, outside the body. So when it goes into the body, there's no energy expended. Your body doesn't have to work hard or anything, or the vitamins, especially the supplements you take, you need to break it all up and take it where it needs to go. But when you eat fermented supplements, right away the body knows where it goes, and it just goes to wherever it needs to go.
And you certainly are what you digest, not what you eat, what you digest.
Exactly.
So if something's more easily digested, then all the better for us.
All the better. It's already done. Those microbes, it's like quantum science. It's quorum sensing. There's so much energy. We are energy.
Yeah.
Food is energy. We are energy.
Yeah.
So when we put, lifeless, don't get me wrong, like supplements that are not energy, then we're having to make a lot of work. So what fermentation is gives us the energy of that food, everything that's bioavailable for our body. So it's
cool.
It's really
it's
cool.
taking it one step further, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're perfecting nature. That's what we do.
Hey, Liam, I saw you just joined. Why don't you tell us what your favorite fermented food is? Okay, so tell us about the fermentation process and why it's important to the products that you provide. You might have touched on that a bit, but...
Yeah, I go a little fast sometimes. I get so excited. Yeah, we ferment in the south of France with a SCOBY, all of our products, and they're just in small batches because when you ferment, the microbes like it smaller. They're 40-liter drums, very small.
Yeah.
And we throw whatever we're doing, like the turmeric in there, or we ferment soy for our probiotics, or we'll ferment the herbs in our signature line. And so we ferment for 1 month, and that creates and enhances like bunch of bubbles. They're all glycoprotein bound. All the biofilm that the microbes are created just is easily bioavailable. And then we freeze for 2 weeks. We slow, like a cryogenics kind of slow freeze. Retains all the nutrients. And then we put it in a beautiful pull-along pill. Pull-along capsule is fermented tapioca.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, so we're vegan, we're vegetarian, we're international standard organic certified, we're non-GMO, and we're as live and real as you can get as a food. No binders, no fillers, no excipients, no nothing, just pure nature.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. And so you have 3 lines of products. Can you briefly explain why you have 3 different lines or what they are? Yeah.
Thanks, Nicole.
Liam says he loves sauerkraut.
Oh, I love sauerkraut too.
Yeah, me too. Especially with caraway seeds in it. There's something about the caraway in there that just makes it extra good.
I agree. Yeah. That's my favorite food too. I love sauerkraut. I have it every day. Way to go, Liam. This is our next generation of probiotics. They're the symbiotics, because probiotics were like when you ferment food that carries its natural probiotics, its natural bacteria and yeast. They were the probiotics of centuries, of generations, and that's what kept our gut flora alive. So we call them symbiotics, and we ferment soy. Organic, and people go, soy is the richest source of nutrients for the gut health. It is. We're not just talking about putting bacteria down there among our trillions and billions. Actually, did you know we have more bacteria and yeast and microbes in our gut than we do cells in our body?
Yeah. I heard that the other day. Yeah.
It does everything. So anyway, I'm sure you know it as well. So we are the bacteria, the yeast, and the food, and we support the gut lining as well. So we would have glutamine in there, naturally occurring with gut lining, proline. It's rich in butyric acid. So this is our next generation of probiotic, more than just bacteria cells in the capsule.
The difference with this, I want to say, is that, there's a lot of people saying, oh, don't take soy, but that sort of thing. The difference with this is that it's fermented soy. And so a lot of, soy milks and things like that you might find in a store are very processed, and they're not easily digestible. And that's how it can become a bit of a challenge for people. So just a bit of a distinction with this product being soy.
Exactly. When you ferment soy, the phytates, the enzyme inhibitors, all the bad stuff is gone. And now the microbes release good stuff. I mean, look at the Asians. We brought soy over here because we thought it was the best. They're so healthy. But because they fermented soy, they're very healthy.
Yes, that's
the whole difference. And so there's a huge difference with that. So for gut health, and that's what probiotics are, for gut health, you want to look at the naturopathic effect, the whole gut, the whole terrain. Because as Louis Pasteur said, the microbe is nothing. It splits off. It creates, every 20 minutes it splits. Within 24 hours, we got trillions in there. Trillions. It does its job. But the terrain where it lives and holds space is the most important part too.
Right.
You can send us all to the moon, but are we going to live there? If you bring a bunch of stuff,
If you bring these fermented supplements,
to the moon.
maybe. If you just joined us, be sure to write in the comments your favorite fermented food.
Right. Oh, yeah. So the next one is our signature line, is where we ferment herbs the same way with our old-fashioned SCOBY, fermenting for a month, freezing slowly for 2 weeks, and then we add our mushrooms. So in this called Foundation, this is our multi. We add the chaga mushroom. So we have these fermented foods and the chaga mushroom.
Cool.
Supporter. Beautiful. All organic, all non-GMO, and fermented, bioavailable. Here we go. Alive. Seniors, if you're a senior out there, you want to get all your nutrients. And that's the best way to do that is by fermented foods. And the last one is our Alive series, which is your turmeric right now. We're fermenting holy basil, some rhodiola, and maca, and we're looking forward to that. But this is our turmeric. When you ferment, of course, turmeric, not just curcumin. Yeah. Turmeric, it gives me a broader range, a whole body approach, and bioavailable and gentle on the stomach, easy on the stomach, and nutritive. And that's what it's all about. Why are we eating? Why do we take things to get nutrition? The best nutrition.
So I get the probiotics, the whole food. So the turmeric and that, what would you take that for?
Protection, anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant. It covers so many pathways of inflammation, and it's, for liver support, gallbladder support, for organ support. Right. Turmeric is the best herb on the planet, really. I mean, that's why it's so popular. Yeah. But when we isolate and we just think curcumin is the better, which don't get me wrong, it works, but it's a Humpty Dumpty effect. We need the whole is greater than the sum.
They work together synergistically. Yes. Yeah. And of course, inflammation is linked to a lot of chronic illness, like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So really important to be keeping inflammation down in your body. Yeah. If you just joined us, write in the comments what your favorite fermented food is. Yeah, which one of these, if somebody were to pick one, all of these are fantastic, but if somebody was to pick one, which would be the one thing that everybody would need?
Protect.
Because
speaking of inflammation, it's, C word 1 and 2, and inflammation, as you say, is the root of all evil. Protect. We ferment these beautiful herbs with the rosemary and dinner. We just ferment them all for the month, and these are all so important. And we add the shiitake mushroom. Pardon me, reishi. I'm a little nervous. Okay, I know my product.
Yeah.
The reishi mushroom for a full body. Cellular as well. It gets right deep in the cells because the EMFs that we have, against the EMFs for cell phones, and we're all connected, and they do damage to the cellular level of our cells. Well, Protect will help support that as well as inflammation and, cancer and disease. And so I think everybody should be walking out of the store with a multi-herb.
Multi-herb.
We take a multivitamin. Yeah. We take a fish oil. We take but we need a multi-herb because herbs cover everything. They support our inflammatory pathways. Multivitamins don't do that. They support our cells and feed us, but they don't support the other things that we do in our body, which is so important. Enzymatic functions that we have. Yeah.
Plants are our friends.
Yeah. Plants are our friends.
And bacteria.
Yeah, and bacteria, because they multiply. That's why there's so many resistant. If you take one and use an isolate of something, it's going to be resistant after a while in your body. Yeah. When you take the power of the whole herb,
the whole army
of herbs all working together synergetically, that's going to have much more of an effect than just one in isolation.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why Protect is good.
So what are your, well, we already kind of talked about your favorite fermented foods. Sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And me too.
I'm a kombucha. I love kombucha.
I love kombucha too. And as we were talking earlier, I tried to make my own coconut yogurt at home, which was really great. I've discovered it's best if you have a bit of yogurt starter, which I now have, and we'll be making more coconut yogurt. So,
and you can use this for a starter as well because it's fermentation.
Right. We were talking about that.
35 strains of yeast and bacteria, all supporting each other. So you can use this as a starter as well.
There
and
you
get the nutrients for it. Yeah.
How convenient.
Yeah.
And anything else you want to add?
Wow, there's so much you can talk about.
I
mean, for you guys especially, for anybody, who are going to the seminar who loves fermented foods, I mean, health food stores and Community Farm has our products, and they're really great supportive and doing more what you are and being a whole food person. I think fermentation and looking to have your body being supported by other nutrients other than food, of course. I think it's a good thing for you to try it, and you can take it on a full stomach, empty stomach, any time of the day. It's food.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter when you take it. You can open it up, you can eat it, you can drink it, you can taste it. It's food. It's nutrition that's alive. It's
convenient.
Very convenient. Very.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It's like super high quality food that's easily digestible and really convenient.
And very convenient. Yeah. And that's the beauty of this. And it's big, and our whole line, that's all we do is ferment. So it's we want to bring that back. Thousands of generations ago they've only fermented, and we've lost our way. And it's the probiotics, and it supports our gut, and our gut is, like everybody talks about it, I think it's our first brain, because everything goes through here and supports the brain. Right,
absolutely.
So
we do have a talk later this month, November 23rd, with Dr. Karen Jensen. She's going to talk about that, how our gut, our heart, and our brain are involved in mental health. So lots yet to be learned.
For sure.
Or be remembered.
Truly. I mean, 90% of the neurons are made here. 95% of the serotonin made here. We need to look after our gut.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
This was fun, talking about fermentation. And, of course, we won't have Facebook Live this Thursday. Today we did it on a special time. And next week, I'm not sure what we're doing, but it's going to be something fun. I'll do a pre-post about that, let you know what we're going to be talking about. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks to you for coming in and talking to me today. We hope come on down to the store first off, and try out the Living Alchemy products, or maybe some other fermented foods we carry in the store. Your gut will thank you. Thanks for joining us. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Bye.
Bye.